If you're thinking about getting in tech sales in 2025, you need to hear this brutal truth first. I'm an individual who started as a BDR with no experience, no degree, and now I'm a full cycle account executive at the same firm that hired me in the first place. In my day-to-day, while balancing my 9 to 5, I also show other job seekers how to follow in my footsteps that are struggling to break in the industry. If you stick around for the end of this video, I'm going to give you the true insight of what it looks like from an insider's perspective of what's going on in the industry, not a polished overview of what the sales guru is trying to sell you on for the hype of tech sales. The layoff reality. Now, everyone's talking about the layoffs in tech sales, and in 2024 it actually was pretty bad. According to the data, 238,461 people were laid off, averaging 653 people per day. So far in 2025, it's only been down to 504 people per day. So the amount of layoffs are low, but it's true. When I started at my job, there was 40 people in my office, and now it's down to 5, and I'm one of them. So layoffs are a real thing, but that number doesn't incorporate the amount of people that are getting hired. Companies aren't completely going under. They're just being a little more strategic on who they hire and keep around, the people with the actual skill set. So if you don't understand what it takes to get into this, you're not gonna last once you get the job. And honestly, in reality, if you're a skilled individual that has the soft skills, drive, hunger to succeed, problem solving, you're good with people on the phone, you can use AI, which is gonna go into my next point. They're gonna want you around, you're gonna create more value to that company, and they're gonna end up paying you more while they lay off the others who don't have those skills. So as I just mentioned, there's an AI elephant in the room. You see these billboards driving down the freeway in San Francisco saying, hire me, your new AI SDR, instead of a $60,000 a year rep. Now, AI sales assistant software market valued at $18.58 billion in 2023. However, there's not been one sales org that is fully ran on AI SDRs, because it still requires the emotional intelligence and the relationship building skills for an SDR to reach out to someone and get them in a meeting with an account executive. You can't have an AI automate cold calling, maybe emails, but emails aren't effective enough to break through the noise. Now, if you're breaking into tech sales, it's actually good news for you, because if you can utilize AI on the job and on your job hunt, you're gonna be more valuable than anyone else. You can't run from it, you have to walk with it. Perplexity AI is great for scraping tools on the internet. I actually used this recently for a deal. I reached out to this lady that's been ghosting me. I asked Perplexity to find me 3 relevant pieces of information. I'm reaching out to this person, they are this job title at this company, gave them the URL, and it gave me 3 pieces of information that are valuable to that person that were published in the last 30 days. I then used Claude AI, which is a great tool to type out your emails or messages, and I said, create a valuable email that incorporates a CTA of blank of what I wanted to do, set up another follow-up meeting, and lead it with value, incorporating one of these 3 documents. And what it did, it write me out a perfect email from beginning to end, following a framework, attention, interest, desire, action is the prompt that I gave it, and I sent it to the lady. It got me the meeting. ChatGPT is also a very good tool out there for all of the above, but I use it more for reasoning. And if you can actually use this on your job hunt for writing your resume, help develop your skills, reframe your interview questions, it's a great tool, but you can't rely on it, just like a sales org will never fully rely on AI for SDRs. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the numbers where 504 people a day are getting laid off does not include how many people are getting hired. On RepView right now, there's 211 plus SDR BDR jobs currently listed, and top companies are still hiring. I just helped someone land a $75K a year role at Rippling. If you don't know who Rippling is, they are the industry leader for people management software, which I really don't know what that means, to be honest, but they're a huge company, and they just hired somebody I helped because he understood the fundamentals of what it took to be on the job, and he didn't have the credentials, but he showed the soft skills and the ability to succeed, and they hired him because he was so valuable. If you want help or just a free guide on how to land your dream job at a company like Rippling, like Joshua just did that I just mentioned, click the community in the link below. I have a free guide in there with 375 other job seekers just like yourself, and you'll have access to me as well. So if you feel like you don't understand what's going on or why you're failing interviews, I'll see you in there, and I wish you nothing but the best. Here's what I'm seeing from the trenches trying to coach tech sales job seekers. Candidates who embrace AI tools are way more valuable than those who don't. If you can use AI to refine your messaging and even do mock interviews, you're gonna go very far. Also, storytelling beats credentials. This is the only way I was able to break through the noise, and all my clients do as well. It doesn't matter what certifications you have. It doesn't matter what college degree you have. It matters about your life experiences and how you can translate those into value at the company you're interviewing for. This experience proved that I have this trait, which will help me succeed at your company through XYZ. Because there's so much competition, not only storytelling is so important, but also networks. If you can have an internal referral to any company, it's going to be a huge game changer for you in trying to break through the noise. Now, I'll be honest, there is a lot of job seekers, and it's so hard to do this, but that's why people like me are around is because there's such a big market of people trying to break through that have no idea what it takes to land the job or to succeed on the job. And if you don't know what it takes to succeed on the job, not only will you never succeed, but you'll never land the job because they want to see that you have those skills. So it's huge to understand that going into this. Now, the future is bright, only if you're prepared. The next 12 months will separate the whiners from the winners and the winners from the whiners. What smart people are doing now in the midst of this AI revolution is finding out ways to use it to improve their day-to-day and enhance their day-to-day. Another thing that winners will do is start building a personal brand now. A personal brand, especially on LinkedIn, is irreplaceable when it comes in AI SDR. If you can have someone that has 5,000, 10,000 connections or followers and has a really big influence online, they're going to be a more valuable asset to the person that is interviewing them. So if you can start building your personal brand now, post daily on LinkedIn about your journey. It's not that hard. That will add extreme value to yourself. And also focus on industries that are growing. AI does a lot of software development coding stuff. And there's things out there you have to use your brain. Okay, can AI ever take over this? An AI bot will never be an account executive, at least an effective one, and it will never be an effective SDR. So those are great industries to focus on, but go even deeper. Look at tech sales isn't going anywhere. However, some service-based companies might be because of AI. If you look at the warehouses that Amazon's doing, sometimes they have warehouses just for robots, which is crazy to think about. So if you're waiting for the perfect time to get into tech sales, you're fooling yourself. You're never going to find the perfect time. Every crisis creates opportunity. If there's layoffs, there's opportunity for you to fill their spot. AI is a tool, not a replacement. If you could use it now, then you're going to succeed on the job and on your job hunt. And don't let your success depend on credentials or your background. Have it rely on your adaptability and your talent and ability to communicate your previous experiences into how you'll succeed on the job. And make sure you understand what it takes to succeed on the job so you can break in. If you need some help doing those, check the community in the link below. I have a free guide on how to break into tech and 375 other job seekers just like yourself trying to get in there that you can connect with. And I'll even reach out to you to see if I can help in any way.